You can call me Kyle, or you can call me Mugen. Either is fine. Side quest, side quest. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyle, and I watch anime and all that good stuff. Today, we are watching episode 16 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End, Long Lived Friends, episode 16. Last episode was extremely cute with Stark and Fern going through etiquette training, Stark assuming the role of the Lord's kind of just passed away son. It's a very interesting episode. We got to see Zine fucking use some spells, really trust Frieren in what she says. So a lot of great stuff, and I'm just excited to get the ball rolling and watch another episode. I will be honest, I feel like sometimes YouTube is this perfect place with creators that you watch and they're always happy and super excited. I'm not having a great day, just being honest. I know this is a video that is just like a point in time, so it's like, why do we need to know how you feel, Kyle? Look, just being honest, not having a great day. However, anime has that ability to spark something, make you happy, and I love this show. And who knows, hopefully the show or this episode isn't like dramatic and sad, which that would suck, but either way, I'm here to watch an episode with you. So let's hope the day gets better, the episode's great, and we all have a great time. And if you're having a bad day, just know you're not alone. So yeah, anyway, enough sappy stuff. Let's watch episode 16 of Frieren, Long Lived Friends. Here we go. Maximize. Getting right into it. Is that Zine? No, it's not Zine. Going fishing. Look at that scene. Who is this? Zine! It is Zine, but young.
There's a mage passing through. He said he's got time to take our photo if we hurry.
Never heard of it.
A photo?
What's that?
Ooh. Been dying to meet this guy. Interesting animation there.
Just come on! Don't worry!
Rather...
It'll be an adventure! The start of our legend!
Well, that's inspiring. That friend always pick you up. Oh. Everybody's asleep. Not from a spell or a curse. I feel you, Zine. I feel you. Episode 16. 29 years. Look at the sprawling
this guy's
land.
a strong warrior, right?
He's a dwarf who stood guard over the next village for almost 400 years.
I know they live a long time, but what's their life expectancy?
Usually about 3 centuries.
He's a long-lived friend of mine. Everyone calls him Old Man Voll. I want to chat with him one more time before he dies.
Old man.
Wow, you're all hard, huh?
A rare opportunity. There probably aren't many people who can talk about the past with you. I see why you're looking forward to it. I suppose I can accept a detour if it's that important to you.
She's so
Thank
happy.
you, Fern. We'll stay for a decade or so.
Look
We're
at our
staying
party.
1 week at most.
We can't stay a decade. We can't stay a decade. We're on an adventure. Oh, etiquette training carrying over to the adventure. How sweet.
Is that the village?
Oh, is that a willow tree? Sort of. Hi.
Old Man Voll. It's been a while.
Whoa, look at that
You see?
sword.
I did my best with the stories, but nothing could live up to the real thing.
This guy looks too old to stand up.
Hey.
Remind me, who are you again?
Oh,
He's
boy.
totally decrepit.
Come on, it's me, Frieren.
Ah, yes. I remember you now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point in pretending to be senile?
Most deaths in battle come from the careless underestimation of your opponent. Arrogance is the greatest weakness of people and demons alike.
I guess Eisen's going to be around a lot
Trouble
longer.
standing? It doesn't matter how strong you are. An injury can be the end of anyone, especially if that person doesn't defend themselves.
Interesting. Okay, okay.
If
Be
I had
prepared.
drawn my sword, you'd be down one leg, young man.
Well,
Your strategies are as underhanded as ever.
Yes, indeed. It's good to see you, Frieren. Please make yourself at home.
I
Wait,
wonder.
Frieren!
Help
I
me.
can't walk.
That's fine. You'll be training here with him anyway.
Training.
That old man is really something else.
Yeah. Wise
You're more than
man.
welcome to use the firewood.
Fern, if we're going to be here for 10 years, we'll need to find some work.
We talked about this. We're staying for a week, remember?
10 years.
Okay, fine.
Zion gonna run into his friend. Harvesting the farm.
This is a small village. Sometimes we struggle to find help during the harvest, so thank you.
It's not like we have anything else to do.
Well, anyway, this is the happiest I've ever seen Old Man Voll.
He's
Until your
training.
party arrived, I didn't know that he had any friends.
Oh,
He's a senile old man. Conversations are a struggle for him.
it's always
He's
swinging
defended
the
the
wooden
village from
sword.
monsters and demons for longer than we've been alive. But
Yeah.
no one even knows why.
Something he's protecting.
like our protective deity.
The tree.
So he's always been lonely then.
The tree must be something. Carrying a boulder. He's sitting on top. I love it. Stark can't stay awake. Oh, Freeman's having a great time talking. Wow, so talkative. Ooh, glowing mushroom. Look at Stark and Fern always talking. Oh, he killed the bear. Oh, man, she is yapping. Kind of like I am.
A week really flies by, doesn't it? How is Stark?
He's improved a great deal for 1 week. Humans develop quickly.
They do.
They did. Exactly.
I've been meaning to say thank you, by the way.
For?
I didn't understand back then, but I'm grateful now. All those years ago, you gave me a reason to get to know Himmel and the others.
Did he?
What made you decide to take this post, Old Man Voll?
It's ancient history now. Doesn't matter. Not anymore.
Really?
People don't often risk their lives for something that doesn't matter.
It was my wife. This is the village she loved. I will protect it until I die. She was a human. I'm keeping a promise to someone the world has long forgotten.
He outlived her.
Through this act, I remember. I'm sorry, but I won't say anything further.
Okay.
How could I describe her? Her face, her voice, the light I saw in her eyes. This is my memory, and I will carry it alone. It sounds silly, doesn't it? Keeping a promise to the dead.
Not at all.
Guarding a home she'd no longer recognize.
No.
Yes, it does. But it still matters.
Exactly.
Living or dead, you made a promise to someone you love. She'd be glad to know you've kept it.
Honored.
Himmel, you have the makings of a great hero. I
Does he?
have no doubt that you'll defeat the Demon King. My wife's greatest wish was to lead an ordinary life in the era of peace that the defeat of the Demon King would surely have brought about. I look forward to the day of your victory. I will carry your memory, as I have carried hers.
Don't get me wrong, I love the idea, but you have more important memories to focus on. And our stories are covered. Frieren and Eisen will know them.
I won't live nearly as long as she will.
Oh, yes. Guess it'll be your job then. You'll be the one to carry our memories into the future.
Yeah.
Won't you?
I guess if I have to.
I see. You've been blessed with good companions.
Oh, Frieren, remind me later. I have a collection of handsome poses to show you for your recollections.
On second thought, maybe I won't remember you. He showed me the poses, but I doubt it was actually necessary. Almost feels like a waste of a memory.
Tell me something. Do you remember that hero's face?
Yes, of course I do.
And his voice?
Is it getting tougher?
Please, don't insult me. I remember everything.
Really?
Himmel is the reason I decided I'd get to know people at all. Like your reason for defending this village from danger.
Okay.
It matters to me.
I see. A reason, huh?
A reason is strong.
I can't remember. It's all gone now.
No.
Her face, her voice, the light I saw in her eyes.
No.
And yet, I continue. I protect the village as I swore I would, because it matters to me.
I never knew you had a sense of humor, Old Man Voll.
Is he joking?
By the way, what brings you all the way out here? Where is your party headed?
We're going to Aureole, the land where souls rest.
And where is that?
And
Heaven.
where the Demon King's castle is.
I see.
Hmm.
So you're finally setting off to defeat the Demon King.
Finally.
That era of peace she talked about. I hope it's everything she dreamed of.
Wait a minute. Dementia?
Old Man Voll. The Demon King is already...
He's dead.
What is it?
I'm just forming a memory. Something of you to carry with me into the future.
That sounds nice. I think I'd like that. I'm very glad I got to see you at the end of my life.
You said that exact same thing when we spoke 80 years ago.
80 years ago. Does he have dementia?
Goodbye, Old Man Voll. Take care.
See you in 80 years.
Frieren. I dreamed of my wife last night.
Really?
He remembered?
Perhaps reminiscing with you shook something loose that was buried deep in my memory.
See you later.
Yeah. 29. I need to learn how to read Japanese, damn it.
What was that about?
I'm looking for someone.
We gotta find
I
him.
joined up with your party for a
Bunnies.
reason. You remember, right?
Because it was a lifelong dream of yours to travel with a sexy older woman?
That's important too, but it's
That's
not
part
the
of
main
it.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm traveling with you for this. An old friend. He left my village 10 years ago, and it's time we saw each other again.
I remember you telling us about him.
A photo? Wow, these are rare.
A mage came through town. He agreed to take this photo of the two of us.
Do you have any leads on where he went?
It seems we're following the same roads. I've actually met several people who've seen him.
Wow.
The northern lands are much smaller than they look. We
Are
can
they?
probably keep going north and run into him eventually.
Nice. He's optimistic.
That was 10 years ago. I'm surprised so many people remember seeing him.
They should get a photo
Well, he's
together.
the type to leave an impression. And he has a unique name.
Oh, really?
What is it
then?
Goes by Guerrilla Warrior.
Oh, Lord. Sounds like me playing D&D.
What is his real name?
He forgets?
His real name?
Are you sure you guys were best friends?
I called him Guerrilla Warrior for years. Everyone in the village did.
Oh,
to
boy.
be honest, he didn't give us much of a choice.
And you all just went along with it?
By the way, I'm known as Goatee Priest.
Even worse.
Oh, God.
People call you that before you were a priest with a goatee?
I can't believe we're still talking about this.
His real name doesn't matter. People will remember the one he chose for himself. And I
Yeah.
guarantee he wouldn't let them call him anything else.
This guy sounds really weird.
Oh, yeah. Weirdest guy I've met.
Yeah, he was quite the character. A lot of people know me by Mugen.
Once we cross the canyon, it's about 1 more week to Oysterst.
You can call me
Pretty
Kyle,
soon we'll finally be in the
or you can call me
magical city.
Mugen. Either is fine.
This leg of our journey has felt so long.
And for once, I'm blameless.
And if you know what it's
Usually
from,
it's my fault, but
let
I
me
didn't
know in
do
the
anything
comments.
wrong this time.
Would you mind if we make a stop in this village? The road branches, and I'd like to know which path to follow.
Of course. I think we could all use a little break.
Okay. Man, I just love them going on this adventure.
Excuse me. Did someone who went by Gorilla pass through here in the past 10 years?
That's a wild question.
Oh, you mean Mr. Guerrilla Warrior?
He knows him.
He's the type to leave an impression, and he has such a unique name. It was a long time ago, but he defeated a monster for us.
Nice.
You wouldn't happen to know where he went after that, would you?
That's a little harder to recall. Ah! Mr. Gorilla had a pretty good relationship with the stubborn old woman who lives up on the plateau. You should
An
try
old
asking
vixen,
her.
maybe?
Stubborn old woman?
A cougar,
That's a rude
if you will.
nickname.
I'm a stubborn old woman, as you can see.
Okay.
I'm not telling you for free, son.
Oh, I guess she calls herself that.
What do we have to do?
Help her out.
I can think of a few things you can do to a named Nago.
My mic
He's a
messed up, sorry.
blacksmith in the neighboring town.
Blacksmith.
I didn't know she'd have us running errands.
Side quest,
It reminds
side
me
quest.
of my adventures with Himmel.
You did things like this with a great hero?
Yeah.
Helping people with ordinary tasks was a daily occurrence for us. And most of the time, those errands evolved into troublesome hunts for either treasure or monsters.
Oh boy.
Please don't jinx us like that.
Monsters or not, we should do everything we can to get her to open up
Hyder
to
was
us.
crying in fear. This is what it's all about. That blacksmith looked awesome, by the way. Yeah. Finding things. Yes! Is it a mimic? They're flying. Oh! Don't steal its eggs. Oh boy. More monsters.
This stubborn old woman just refuses to open up to us.
I'm starting to see why everyone calls her that now.
How do we
I'm
get to her?
sorry. If Himmel or Hyder were here, convincing her to talk to us would have only taken hours.
Their charisma
It's
was
too
high.
bad that everyone in our party is socially awkward.
There's
Clean the
one
floor.
more thing. You're going to polish the statue of the heroes in the canyon. Come with me. I'll show you the way.
The original Hero Party
I'd like
statue.
to know about the statue.
It's a stone carving of the heroes that supposedly saved the whole world a long time ago. But that's all I know about the thing. A couple of forgotten heroes. No one even knows their names, but we've looked after it for generations.
Really?
A couple of forgotten heroes, huh?
Speaking of names, young man, you're Goatee Priest, right?
What? How did you know about that?
Gorilla talked about him. Gorilla talked about
Here,
him.
this is the statue.
Who is it? Who is it?
A
It's Gorilla
priest
and
a
Goatee
warrior.
Priest. Oh wait,
It's
it's
older than I thought it would
it's
be.
Kraft.
They bear a striking resemblance to Mr. Zine and Mr. Gorilla.
I think I recognize the warrior.
No,
but I'm
it's
not sure
Kraft.
how. Oh, it's a statue of Kraft.
Yes,
Oh, you're right.
he really
Looks
is.
just like him.
Wow.
Well, we should get started while there's light.
Don't you have a spell for this?
Zine?
I see. So the warrior's name is Kraft. And this one?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's no matter.
What's this statue?
Don't they look just like us? According to the chief, these guys were a duo of ancient heroes, but nobody I talked to remembers their names.
Long
We
forgotten.
won't end up like that, though. Our legend won't be an easy one to forget.
Oh.
I'm going to change the world like Himmel and become an unforgettable hero.
Wow.
It's our fate to be forgotten. Even the most vibrant stories will fade. Himmel did amazing things with his time in this world, but his story is no different.
Really?
When you put it that way, it sounds impossible to make a mark.
No, not at all.
You think I could have muscles like that if I worked out hard enough?
Sure.
I've got a new name! From now on, call me Gorilla Warrior!
Not the best name.
Why would we do that?
Because if I want to become an unforgettable hero, then I need a more memorable name.
It is memorable.
A strange approach, but it's worth a try. Goatee Priest. Now how's that for unforgettable?
He got it before he had a good
name!
You should grow one when you can.
I
Might
see.
look good.
He's been here before.
We're finally done. That was a lot of work.
If only it was a bronze statue. I could have used a spell.
Oh, okay.
I made
Got it.
Gorilla polish it too a while back. You lot did a much better job of it than he did, though.
Fighting is pretty much all he's good for.
Whatever else you say about him, his name sure was memorable.
Yes, it was. huh?
Gorilla talked about you all the time. His friend Goatee Priest. He said the two of you would become heroes whose names would be remembered forever. Foolish.
Even when they weren't together. You should have went with him, but you got some catching up to do, buddy. You better find him.
Did you figure out where Gorilla went?
Yeah, Tour. It's a trading city in the middle of the northern lands.
That's a long way to the east from here. And
Are
it's
they
in
gonna
the opposite
separate?
direction of Voicerst.
Yeah. What am I gonna do now?
It's gonna end. Damn it. Damn it.
I need to speak
Feel
with
free
each
to
of you
notice.
one at a time.
Being a
The medicine is
peacemaker
ready
is
now.
Rather handsome when I'm being considerate, don't
I
you
guess
think?
it's not so bad. Take care then.
Oh no, we're gonna separate. No, guys. Zine. What just happened? Well, that was a great episode. A nice episode of adventuring, doing some good deeds, trying to soften up the old arrogant lady. Zine learning about his friend, who apparently he's forgotten his original name, but the Gorilla Warrior. It literally sounds like one of my characters in my D&D playing days. I think I've mentioned this before in another video, but I had a character that I made called Heshkin the Barbarian, and I would go around to all the villages and like literally every person I met in this D&D campaign, I would tell them, hey, remember Heshkin the Barbarian? And I used to praise the deity and all these things to gain favor and be the most well-known barbarian ever. So me and Gorilla are one and the same, or at least in my D&D travels. So that's really funny. Zine is a cool character. I really like him. Still gives me those Constantine vibes. But now we have a conundrum. Is he gonna go off to the east or the other direction to try and find his friend? And it sounded like at the very end there, the dialogue that goes into the next episode, that he's gonna maybe separate from us, which would suck, really suck. Also, how fascinating to find out that Kraft is truly really old. I'm imagining he's a lot older than Frieren, you know, maybe hundreds, thousands, maybe years older than Frieren. We still don't know how old they live. Just like so mind-blowing to think about. Like thousands. Anyway, people don't remember who Kraft was, but they clean the statue regardless because that's what they've always done. And it's crazy. Like, they need to write some books here, okay? Because if you write books, then you remember. Even though Whisper Down the Lane eventually, with books and stuff, will forget who people are. Which is such a fascinating thing to think about. I mean, I guess in our current day world, we have most certainly probably forgotten about certain people, but it was probably before like the printing press was around. Like we know of people from history from when the printing press was invented and even before. So it's like, how long must you have lived to not be remembered? That's mind-blowing to think about. Anyway, someone who's becoming more and more of like a favorite character of mine is Stark. It just seems like he's being cultivated to be this incredible hero. Like, he's super strong and he's silly. He's funny. I don't know. There's something about him that I really like. I love everything about him. He's good-natured. He's a good kid. I don't know. He's becoming like one of my top favorites of the show. We also got a flashback, which you guys know I love the flashbacks of the original party. We got to see them talking to the dwarf, which, oh my god, I'm forgetting his name already. But we got to see them 80 years ago talking to the old dwarf, who was old back then. So he's lived for maybe around, 300, 400 years. I couldn't make out. I'm sure if I go back and watch that episode again, I could think about it a little bit more and figure it out. But it felt like he had dementia. Like, he mentioned to Frieren he had forgotten his human wife, like her voice and her face. And that's just heartbreaking. It's so weird that I'm watching this show and Invincible at the same time, because there's some parallels between this show and Invincible in the most fascinating ways. And it's like they couldn't be more different shows. This show is orchestra music and soft moments with magic and grandeur and tiny, small, memorable moments and just like fantasy and things like that. And Invincible is blood and guts and superheroes and space and all these things, but there's a couple intertwining things. It's so cool that's happening when I'm watching two shows that you would think on their surface couldn't be any more different. Anyway, I digress. This is a Frieren reaction here, so sorry about that. Yeah, that was one of the more quiet episodes, but also entertaining nonetheless. You gotta love when like things are progressing in, the smaller steps. Like, we learned a lot more about Zine. He has a photograph of him and Guerrilla Warrior, which is really cool. And I thought for a second it was going to be like a little bit of an industrial thing. Like, it was going to be like, oh, someone with an actual camera, but it didn't turn out to be that way. It was a mage who captured it, and it's in that locket, and it kind of looked magical. You know what I mean? Like a frozen moment in time, but encapsulated in the locket. So I thought that was really cool way to go about that. And it makes me hopeful that maybe our party will get a photo in the future, like instead of maybe a statue. But a statue would be cool too. I love the whole statue idea. It's so funny and so great. Yeah, I would love a statue of this current party. And it would be cool to run into one of the old party with the new party. Like, I don't, Zine and Stark and stuff I don't think Stark's seen a statue of the old party. Anyway, man, a lot of little things, just a good time. All right, well, if you got this far in the video, thank you so much. that was just like a nice, wholesome, fun episode, and I can't wait for more. So, with that said, as always, I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.